Welcome to Allegion's 2020 Cincinnati, Ohio, and Chino, California Manufacturing Day, hosted by our Steelcraft Operations. Our program will begin in just a few minutes, and at this time, we want to share with you special remarks from a few of our elected officials from the great state of California.
Hello, this is Congresswoman Norma Torres. I am so happy to join Allegion's first Manufacturing Day celebration this year, an event dedicated to inspiring the next generation of manufacturers in California. Manufacturing is one of the fastest growing fields and provides an avenue for students like you to pursue careers that involve design and craftsmanship. We need doctors and lawyers and firefighters, but we also need creative young minds to contribute to strengthening our ability to make products right here in America. Better yet, right here in California. The field of manufacturing opens doors to opportunities for so many here in our community. Just look at Allegion's, whose Chino facility is right here in my district and providing good paying jobs to the people of the Inland Empire. The Inland Empire is a growing hub for manufacturing, and these businesses are critical to our economy and the employment of many of our neighbors. Every year, my Made in the 35th tour takes me to a variety of businesses manufacturing goods supplied to the rest of our country and the world. Products like cookies, school lockers, sanitizing wipes, and even the mats used at UFC matches are made right here in our backyard. And the greatest thing about it all is that members of our community can find the American dream through these manufacturing jobs. These jobs are within reach for all of you. And I hope that this Manufacturing Day event exposes you to the career opportunities that can fit into your goals and aspirations. Thank you for having me today, and please do not hesitate to reach out to my office if you want to learn more about manufacturing in our economy. Happy Manufacturing Day.
Hi, I'm State Senator Connie. As we celebrate National Manufacturing Day in the Inland Empire and across the country today, I wanted to take a moment to recognize all of you for taking part in this informative virtual event. Having lived in Chino for over 40 years, I'm particularly happy to join you for this Chino Manufacturing Day event. Clearly, the pandemic has required many changes in our lives, but it has also been an opportunity for us to think outside the box and find ways to reach even more people with information and opportunities. And that is why this virtual field trip is such an amazing idea. I understand that beyond people participating from Chino and the Inland Empire, there may also be participants joining the virtual event from as far away as Ohio and elsewhere. As a lifelong labor leader and someone that believes in the importance of improving lives for everyone, it is so great that manufacturing is the focus of today's event. Careers in manufacturing and related fields definitely have great opportunities for growth, as I know others are talking about today. Since I was sworn into office in 2014, I've had the opportunity to visit manufacturers across Senate District 20, from Pomona out to San Bernardino. I can tell you that the advancements in technology and other innovations have always been clear to me, from the manufacturing floor to other segments of the industry. Manufactured goods are exported across the world, and manufacturing output has increased over the last few decades. As a legislator, I know the importance of manufacturing in California and here in our country, and that you are among the next generation of manufacturers and leaders. Without a doubt, this pandemic has affected our lives, families, and communities. But one thing I know is that manufacturing as an industry will emerge and continue to be a vital part of our economy. So keep up the great work and stay focused. Thank you so much for inviting me to join you virtually. Stay safe, be well, and have a great rest of the day.
Welcome. I am Tamara Coleman, Human Resources Manager for both Steelcraft locations. We are so excited to have you with us for our first ever virtual manufacturing day. Each year we hold this event in October to celebrate the amazing opportunities in manufacturing. And we hope today to inspire some of you to pursue a career in this great industry that has many vibrant and valuable jobs. Manufacturing, as we've definitely seen it this year, is essential. Think about it. If something isn't grown, it's made. And at Allegion, our work matters. Allegion has continued operating through the COVID-19 pandemic to continue producing our essential products, which provides safety and security at medical centers and hospitals, among many other places. Of course, our event this year is virtual to help protect your health and safety, as well as the health and safety of our 400+ local employees. As a business that's been here for more than 75 years, health and safety is our top priority. At Allegion, we invest in our employees and our facilities. If you were here in person today, you'd see many updates to help protect our people, like temperature screenings, face masks, and identified 6-foot social distancing markings. And even though you aren't here in person, we're going to spend the next 90 minutes showing you everything we can about who we are, what we do, and what careers look like. As you see on the slide, Allegion has 30 brands around the globe. You'll see many of these brand-produced products in the United States. Some that we'll cover with you today include Steelcraft, as well as Schlage Lock, LCN, Von Duprin, TGP, and Republic. We manufacture safety and security products ranging from mechanical and electrical door locks for homes and public buildings to door closures, emergency exit devices, doors, frames, hinges, knobs, levers, kick plates, access control credentials, and readers, and many other solutions. As Allegion has a unique culture that reflects the shared values of our employees. Our vision is seamless access and a safer world. Our purpose is to create peace of mind by pioneering safety and security. We believe every voice matters. No matter your role at the company or the length of time here, be empowered and accountable. For example, employees recommended a change to the conduit installation process in our custom table area that significantly reduced the amount of grinding and handling it took to produce a door. At our facilities, the products and solutions our people build help keep people and their property safe. We strive to embrace our be safe, be healthy value. Manufacturing jobs today are safer than ever because of the new ideas and technology. And at Allegion, our value and investments have still driven us to have an incident rate that's 85% below the 2018 U.S. industry average. Our employees are innovators, creating new and better ways to keep people safe, even adding connectivity and capabilities to make our products smart. We also believe working in and contributing to our communities matter. Do the right thing and serve others, not yourself, are two values that lead us in giving back. Each year, our employees around the world are proud to directly support organizations and initiatives through donations, engagement, and thousands of hours of volunteerism. One of the initiatives this year, was a $4,400 donation to the Ronald McDonald House, which paid for 11 meals for our families that reside there during their child's care. We also invest in Gallup's engagement program, regularly sampling employee feedback. Now we'll hand you over to one of our amazing leaders, Steelcraft's plant manager, Nick Colicchio. Nick?
Thank you, Tamara. My name is Nick Colicchio, and I have the responsibility for our Cincinnati and Chino facilities. I wanted to first thank you for taking the time to join us today for a great event. On the screen, you see a lot of our local information regarding our facilities, our different shifts, our production rates, and most importantly, our team member demographics. But what I'd also like to share with you today is our local impact, both here in the Cincinnati area and out of Chino. Here in Cincinnati, we have over 600 team members on site, making us one of the larger facilities for Allegion. Our team members come from 29 different counties spread across 3 different states. We have people that can walk to work. We have people that drive over an hour and a half to get here each way. We have a $33 million annual payroll, which is helping boost our economies in both areas. We spend over $40 million a year with US-based suppliers and have invested over $15 million in capital in the last 7 years. That means we're planning to be here for the long run. Along with this, as Tamara mentioned, we have a great community involvement team that helps support local causes, led by our team members that are important to our team members. In addition, out in Chino, we have an additional 40 great team members on site. This facility has seen a revenue growth of over 100% in the last 5 years as they serve the West Coast market. Similar to our facility in Chino, we have made over $500,000 of capital investments in the last 3 years alone to see this facility grow. You won't find our high quality steel doors and frames on the shelves in Lowe's or Home Depot. However, you will find our product on buildings such as Lowe's and Home Depot. We're a commercial supplier, not a residential supplier. At Steelcraft, we serve several markets such as new construction, severe weather, and healthcare. Along with this, we partner with the education markets. I can tell you as a proud Allegion member and a father of 4 that that is extremely important to me. Now, I'm going to turn it over to Mike Graver, our environmental health and safety leader, to discuss the impacts of COVID-19 on our facility.
Thank you, Nick. I am excited to be here today to talk a little bit about Steelcraft and what we have done to fight the global pandemic. When you think about it, manufacturers have lifted us from the destruction and disarray of wars and the despair and distress of economic recessions throughout U.S. history. Now with COVID-19, manufacturers have mobilized to meet the greatest public health and economic threat of our time. There is no greater example of this than Allegion. When the pandemic began, Allegion team members utilized their time to make masks as we worked to purchase them for our valuable frontline associates. Allegion also made donations of masks to medical providers throughout the region. Here at Steelcraft, we were able to produce steel doors and frames for a new COVID-19 research facility. It was an awesome sight to see our team come together to quickly manufacture and ship that order. 6 months later, we continue working to keep our communities safe. That starts by first working to protect our employees. Pictured here, you see different health and safety controls we put in place in order to do that. Mask use at our facilities, combined with 6-foot social distancing and excellent hygiene practices, have been and will continue to be our first line of defense. Our team members also perform daily symptom self-checks and have their temperatures screened when they arrive for work each day. At Allegion, we strive to embrace our be safe, be healthy value. Manufacturing jobs today are safer than ever because of new ideas and technology. And at Allegion, our values and our investments have still driven us to have an incident rate that's 85% below the 2018 U.S. industry average. Here at Steelcraft, we are looking for future team members who want to engage in a safe culture and drive us to the next level. I will leave you with this: wash your hands, wear your mask, and watch your distance. I will now turn it back to Nick Colicchio, our plant manager.
Thank you, Mike. Manufacturing, as you can see from just Allegion's local impact, is very important to the U.S. economy. Still, manufacturing, specifically in the US, is at a crossroads. We're facing a skills gap. 80% of manufacturers report that there's a shortage of qualified applicants for open positions. I can attest that we are feeling this on a daily basis at Steelcraft. It's easy to point to the stereotypes of manufacturing, sweatshops portrayed by Hollywood and television features in recent years, as generating a sense of perceived negativity that has not been overcome by the manufacturing industry. But it's more important than that. It's more than that. Stories and firsthand accounts have been passed through families regarding less than desirable conditions of factory work ranging from long hours to repetitive, mindless contributions. The manufacturing skills gap is also linked to the lack of STEM or science, technology, engineering, and mathematics skills among workers, and fueled by a decline of technical education programs in high schools, as well as a lack of interest in the manufacturing industry by today's youth. And due to the skills gap, it's now expected that there could be as many as 2.4 million unfilled positions in manufacturing by 2028. At Allegion, manufacturing jobs are centered on employee empowerment, engagement, and innovation. We want your hearts and minds, in addition to your hands and time. We make large investments at Steelcraft to help drive team member engagement. Allegion believes tools and technological investments are essential elements of being able to provide customers with shorter delivery cycle times and higher quality. Today, many new technology trends are impacting manufacturing, like robotics, the Internet of Things, and artificial intelligence. More than 12.1 million people are employed in manufacturing in the US today. These millions of people are conceiving life-changing ideas, making a difference, and improving the lives of others through manufacturing. Manufacturing drives growth in our economy. Every $1 spent in manufacturing generates an additional $2.74 of value in other sectors. Over the next decade, 4.6 million manufacturing jobs will likely be needed, and 2.4 million are expected to go unfilled due to the skills gap. There are incredible jobs in manufacturing in a variety of expertise, from production and distribution to engineering and environmental health and safety. Locally here, both in Blue Ash and in Chino, Allegion employs over 700 people in manufacturing. If you talk to our employees, many of them have worked in a number of these roles during their careers and developed a variety of skills. You're going to hear and see some of those experiences in panel discussion later. And I believe there can be a bright future for manufacturing, as we will continue to see the introduction of new technologies. Tools and investments are essential elements of being able to provide our customers with shorter delivery cycle times and higher quality. It is imperative to have employees who have the desire, the knowledge, expertise, and capability to run, manage, and maintain such investments. Allegion is ready to hire and invest in young people that want to build a career in manufacturing. Allegion offers internships, skilled trade apprenticeships, early career, and tuition reimbursement opportunities. Now that you've heard about our company, our presence in Blue Ash as well as in Chino, and what manufacturing looks like today, we want to give you the opportunity to see these things too. Unfortunately, we can't have you at our locations in person today, but we invite you to take a virtual tour with us, during which you'll have the opportunity to see our operations in Ohio and California, as well as Indiana, Illinois, Tennessee, Kansas, Colorado, and Washington. Please take a look.
At Allegion, we believe manufacturing is both a vibrant and essential industry. With many new trends impacting what we do every day, from robotics to the Internet of Things and more, there's no doubt that the creators of tomorrow have important roles to fill in pioneering safety and security at Allegion, both now and in the future. Guided by a shared vision of seamless access and a safer world, our employees are innovators, building products and solutions that create peace of mind. As a global manufacturer with more than 30 brands in our portfolio, we invest in tools, technology, and our employees. Because of this, we have a healthy U.S. presence, where those employees build mechanical and electronic locks, emergency exit devices, door closers, steel frames, and many other security solutions that help keep people safe at work, at home, in our community, and on the move. Let's take a look at some of our essential facilities and incredible jobs. In Snoqualmie, Washington, located near Seattle, Allegion produces technical glass products, or TGP solutions. Since 1980, TGP has been supplying specialized glazing materials and systems for commercial and institutional buildings around the world. The brand is committed to helping solve challenges faced by architects, general contractors, and glaziers through its services and 2 product lines: fire-rated glass and framing, and specialty architectural glazing. You'll find these solutions at airports, schools, libraries, hospitals, and museums, among other places. TGP has exclusive agency relationships with Nippon Electric Glass, Pilkington, and RP Technic to distribute certain glass and framing product lines in North America and the Middle East. Our jobs in Snoqualmie range from assembly, with roles in fabrication, welding, and powder coating, among other key competencies, to engineering, sales, and more. Our Steelcraft brand boasts 2 locations, a West Coast service and manufacturing center just east of Los Angeles in Chino, California, where we assemble and produce custom hollow metal doors and frames, and our main plant in Blue Ash, Ohio, near Cincinnati. While we proudly produce high-quality steel doors and frames at both facilities, our long-standing manufacturing history is rooted in Blue Ash. Located there for more than 75 years, a visit to our operations showcases talented employees with expertise in materials handling, welding, laser operating, and fabrication, creating doors intended to withstand fires as well as tornado and hurricane winds. Our production process starts with order entry, configuration, scheduling, and programming, and then moves to manufacturing our doors and frames from beginning to end, with finish on the paint line before shipping. From there, they go everywhere. That's right, you'll find these doors and frames around the world too, at medical centers, schools, and commercial offices. Some of our solutions can be seen in popular gathering places too, like the Superdome in New Orleans, the State Convention Center in Washington, and Iowa's State Sports Performance Center. You'll find our products at Ohio University, the University of Michigan, and the University of Kansas too. In Security, Colorado, close to Colorado Springs, we produce keys, lock cylinders, and mechanical locks, as well as high security credentials and biometric products, all for commercial buildings. We've operated there for more than 40 years, and our talented employees process over 100,000 parts per day and configure and test a wide array of high security products that are distributed to customers across the globe. The site is comprised of critical roles that include engineering, fabrication, assembly, testing, distribution, and supply chain management. Our associates use innovative tools like 3D printing, high-speed precision machining, and computer-aided design programs. We're especially proud to manufacture the Schlage brand of security solutions that provide seamless access at office buildings, universities, medical centers, and other vital places through mobile credentials. Our Olathe operations has produced mechanical lock cylinders and keys for more than 40 years in the Johnson County area. Located just outside of Kansas City, our facility includes a nearly 300,000 square foot warehouse and employees who also work in distribution, customer care, and sales. In fact, any Schlage residential lock that you see at your local hardware store, like Lowe's or Home Depot, has been supplied through our Olathe operations. That means if you live in the United States and have a Schlage door lock on your home, it passed through our facility here. We fulfill approximately 300 orders per day and ship nearly $1 million worth of product daily from this facility. With core competencies in assembly as well as shipping and receiving, there are many incredible opportunities to play a role in delivering Allegion's vision of seamless access and a safer world. Allegion also has a strong legacy in Illinois, where we have manufactured LCN door closers at our Princeton facility on Railroad Avenue for more than 70 years. Here we've invested in state-of-the-art equipment, from CNC machines that can be programmed to run multiple processes for manufacturing multiple product lines at the same time, to cobots that work next to our people in an assembly line, driving extra flexibility and efficiency. Using this equipment requires problem solving and troubleshooting, programming, digitization, and automation skills. You'll also find lab technicians that specialize in product testing, tool makers, and maintenance teams, all of whom play a vital role in taking our security solutions from start to finish. LCN products can be found in many high-traffic facilities such as schools, hospitals, government and correctional buildings around the world. Our creators produce 35 different series of closures and door hardware to choose from, products that have 15 to 20 years of operating life. Our Republic brand proudly operates in McKenzie, Tennessee, sitting in the northwest region of the state at the tri-point of Carroll, Henry, and Weakley counties. We've built high-quality hollow metal doors and frames there for more than 40 years, and today our talented creators produce 300,000 frames and 80,000 doors annually. You'll see our solutions everywhere from national museums in Washington, D.C. to corporate data centers on the West Coast. Our people specialize in customizing products to meet customers' exact needs. For instance, our talented employees grind down metal to prepare for a seamless door edge application, many times required for schools, hospitals, and commercial kitchens. And while our employees focus on customer needs, they've also innovated many of the ways we work to improve safety, ergonomics, quality, and efficiency. Because of that, you'll see automated processes and conveyors in McKinsey that transfer our doors and frames through different phases of production. But our people make the difference, running control stations, cutting and forming systems, paint lines, and commercial drying ovens, among other important equipment. And because we work with steel, precision welding drives our solutions to be strong and durable for years of continuous service. Rounding out our Midwest presence, we have 2 manufacturing facilities in Indianapolis, Indiana, located right down the street from each other. Operating on Toby Drive for more than 30 years and in the state for more than 100 years, we build Von Duprin and Falcon exit devices, as well as Glyn Johnson, Ives, and Zero International door hardware there. We're known for inventing the emergency exit device, as well as all of the customization we can provide for those life-saving devices today, which you'll see in nearly every public building, be it a government facility, a grocery store, a restaurant, a movie theater, a place of worship, a university, or otherwise. In fact, we produce more than 100,000 unique configurations in an average year. On any given day, we fulfill around 700 orders, requiring a cross-trained and flexible workforce with competencies in stamping, CNC machining, powder coating, plating, laser cutting, and etching. Our main line has a state-of-the-art vision system with 3D work instructions. It's so sophisticated that it detects errors and stops the line if a device is not built exactly as ordered. Our people play a critical role, through problem solving, in keeping our customers safe whenever and wherever our solutions are used. There's no doubt that Allegion employees are innovators, creating new and better ways to keep people safe. The manufacturing jobs found at our US and global sites today are centered on employee empowerment, engagement, and problem solving. From assembly, engineering, IT, materials management, distribution and logistics, robotics, environmental, health and safety, tool making, and more, the career paths are vibrant and valuable at Allegion, and our work has never been more important.
We hope you enjoyed seeing our operations across the United States. Importantly, if you were in person with us today, you'd also have the opportunity to speak to many of our valued team members and hear their opinions on what manufacturing means to them, as well as what the future of manufacturing looks like. Because we aren't together in person, we asked nearly 30 of our team members from across the country, including 9 from Steelcraft Operations, to answer a few questions for us, and we've compiled their thoughts and opinions for you today. Let's take a look.
I love working at Allegion. So many different reasons why. Not only because of the product that we are manufacturing or the various portfolio of products that Allegion overall manufactures, but as an employer, Allegion is a fantastic employer. We care about our employees. We work through our 8 values, which is very important to me.
What I love most about working at Allegion are the people.
The people. I work with a bunch of a great group of people.
The good thing is the people, the engagement.
You know, you can walk through here on any given day and somebody's going to have a smile on their face, carry on a great conversation with them, so it's a lot of fun.
Working here, I've met so many great people that have worked here for 30 years that have helped mentor me, and I've learned a lot from them, and I'm starting to get into a role now where I'm helping mentor some of the new guys that are graduating school and coming onto our team.
I've built a lot of lifelong friendships in the area I work in.
Allegion right now is my second home. I love it. I have friends. I live close to here.
My team is my family. I have a small team, so it consists of like 6 people. That's my family right there. I'm with them every day, all day, so whatever they need, I'm there.
The people are great. From the people that I work with, the support's outstanding, and all the people in the entire factory, just a great team environment. And that's what keeps me motivated to come into work every day.
I feel like the pride that the employees put into creating quality products for all of our customers is what motivates me.
I take pride in seeing our product out in the field, out in businesses, especially when I'm traveling.
As you know, you're making good quality doors, and it's just fun knowing that you making doors for the whole world.
The thing that motivates me the most is probably the challenges of solving problems.
You're constantly doing new and different things every day. There's different issues, different problems, and I really enjoy problem solving, so it gives me the opportunity to think outside the box and kind of be my own person while still accomplishing our total project.
So being a machinist requires troubleshooting every day. Troubleshooting the machine as to why it alarms out, troubleshooting your programs. It makes you have to think, which is half of the fun of the job because it's not boring.
Yeah, manufacturing is constantly changing. You've got to think on the fly instantaneously if there's a challenging issue or a customer deadline. Sometimes you've got to think outside of the box a little bit in order to achieve that goal.
There's a new challenge brought to me every single day. There's new projects every day. One of our values is this is your business, run with it. So if you have an idea, you can make that happen and grow, and that is 100% what happens. So if any of my operators have a spark or an idea, I'll use them to help make that happen. So if they think that the standard isn't good enough, let's find the better standard, and we do it. Every day is different.
I learn something every day.
I think the opportunities to grow at Allegion are vast.
I love the opportunities to be creative and collaborative.
Allegion gives you a great opportunity to bring the skill set that you have acquired outside of the company in, and gives you another opportunity to acquire more skills.
Allegion has given me opportunities to put myself in a better position at work, and also is paying for my college currently and helping progress in my education.
I think the opportunities that present themselves in manufacturing are endless. And we talk to students as they come in about the ability to come in, and maybe you start in a great role with one of our team members out on the shop floor. People can venture around and do lots of different things in that environment. We have people that go from that to some of our lean technicians. They go to supervisor roles. They go to order entry, manufacturing. People that have worked their way up to running plants from starting on the shop floor. So the opportunities are endless. It's all based on the amount of effort and the desire that you put into it.
What manufacturing offers is so broad. So not only from a supply chain perspective, manufacturing operations, you can get into so many different avenues that encompasses. So no matter if you're driven from a quality perspective, engineering perspective, lean management, actual shipping and distribution, logistics, there's so many things you can go into. So the opportunities are endless, and it will never be the same challenge or same thing day to day.
You know, if there's things that you want to do professionally, you need to tell somebody. Raise your hand and say, hey, I'm in, I want to do that.
If you see somebody doing something, all you have to do is just ask, hey, this is something I'm interested. Is there a way to kind of move that way? And you can always learn. I mean, there's so many different things to learn in the warehouse that it's always growing.
I've been very lucky to have opportunities to learn and grow, very honestly, in things that I didn't even know I was capable of.
I've seen people go from being welders to being maintenance technicians. I've seen people go from being CNC operators up to programmers. I've seen the programmers go from the programming department into the engineering department, start working on some of the software in there.
I used to work on the line, and I became a team leader about 4 years ago. So that was my growth in the company, and hopefully one day I'll be able to grow more. So
I started out on the floor as a temp, and then I got a job as shipping and receiving. After it was about a year or so out there on the floor, the estimating job opened up, and I put a resume in for it, and I was lucky enough to get the job.
Manufacturing is definitely not what it used to be. It's not dark and dirty. As you see on our floor, there's robots, there's CNC, a lot of it's controlled by computers.
We have a 110-year-old brand here with our Von Duprin push bar exits, and yeah, we've got brand new robots that we're bringing in to do some polishing, and one, it's mesmerizing to watch them, but two, it's also impressive to see, hey, this new technology can come in and work on a product that's been around for 110 years.
Seeing the advanced technology that we have now with robots and the different tools that we use is really neat, really cool to work with.
The biggest change that I see in manufacturing is using data to drive process improvements and
the increased amount of technology we're using. So we have a lot more robots. We have a lot more technical equipment. More skills are take to run those pieces of equipment, and it really is it's evolving and it's changing, and you have to be flexible.
So in one word, I would describe the future of manufacturing as exciting.
I would say it's very exciting, very bright.
I would say exciting. Very exciting and inspiring.
I would describe the future of manufacturing as inspirational.
I would describe the future of manufacturing as committed.
I think the future of manufacturing is evolving.
It is a constant change.
So it's constantly changing. We're always pushing the boundaries.
It's going to be changing. It's ever changing.
New innovation.
The future of manufacturing means continuous innovation.
I'd say limitless. I think with all the innovations, the new machines, the new tools, automation, it can go as far as only it can take it. I mean, there is no limit to it.
It's forever growing. Manufacturing technology is always advancing, and there's always new tools to learn how to use.
So automation is definitely the future of manufacturing.
I would say dynamic. It's going to constantly be evolving and changing, and we have to always position ourselves as employees and as leaders to be able to move with those changes.
I think as manufacturing becomes more modern, it's going to get highly more efficient. There's going to be more efficient ways to do things faster.
It's going to be technology. I mean, robotics. It's going to be exciting.
I would say ever growing. It's vibrant.
Dynamic.
Always growing, always on the move.
Comparative.
Elevated.
Exponentially rising.
Innovation.
Quality and safety.
It's the future of life.
The future of manufacturing is Allegion.
I'm so proud of all of our team members who took the time to share their words of inspiration with you on the future of manufacturing. In an industry that's so vibrant, it's hard to sum up all of the opportunities in one word or phrase. I'm also extremely proud of the next group of team members you're getting ready to hear from, who will share their personal stories about their manufacturing journeys with you today. Just 2 weeks ago, we gathered 5 of our team members, each from a different one of our facilities, online for our virtual discussion of manufacturing careers today. Let's take a look.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining Allegion's 2020 Manufacturing Day. My name is Whitney, and I'm Reputation Management Leader here at Allegion. I'm sure it's been said already today, but I want to say it again. We are so excited to have you with us virtually, and I'm even more excited to introduce you to a number of Allegion employees from our manufacturing sites across the U.S. So let's get started today with introductions. Panelists, I'm going to ask that you each take a minute to introduce yourselves, give us your name, your location, your role, and how long you've been at Allegion. And with that, I'd like to turn it over to Jamel.
So I'm Jamel. I'm currently stationed at Allegion in the Cincinnati, Ohio location. My position right now, I'm currently acting as a supervisor, but I'm transferring over to a change agent. I've been with the company for 6 years. So.
Thank you, Jamel. And next up, we have Mylisha.
Hello, everybody. My name is Mylisha, located in Indianapolis, Indiana. I have been with the company for 4 years. My position is the second shift team leader for the Von Duprin main line.
Thank you. Glad you're here with us too, Mylisha. And Carla.
Hello, everyone. My name's Carla. I am here in the Security Colorado location. I'm an order management supervisor. I've been with the company for 17 years. I'm proud to say I've had an opportunity to work in multiple departments, so I have been on the factory side as well.
Awesome. Thanks, Carla. And Sherry.
Hi, I'm Sherry, and I'm at the McKenzie location. I am a pace setter, which is just another term for team leader, and I've been here for 15 years.
Thank you, Sherry. And Janelle?
Hi, my name is Janelle, and currently I am in the Olathe, Kansas facility, and I am a supply chain leadership development program participant. And I actually just graduated college, so I've only been here for about 3 months.
Awesome. And then we also have Jeannie.
Hello, I'm in Princeton, Illinois. I've been with Allegion for 2.5 years, and I'm an assembly operator.
Awesome. Well, thank you all for taking the time to share your experiences today. We have a lot of great questions for you, so we're going to go ahead and dive in now. I often hear that many of our manufacturing employees actually didn't expect to pursue a career in manufacturing. So if you didn't plan on working in manufacturing, why are you? How did you start? How did you find us? And I'm going to kick this one off with Sherry.
I actually was a medical administrative assistant, but I couldn't find a job in our area, and I couldn't afford to relocate, and I didn't want to travel. So I went to the unemployment office, and they told me that Republic Doors was hiring, and I applied, and I've been here ever since.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that with us, Sherry. And I also wanted to ask Mylisha the same question. If you didn't plan on working in manufacturing, how did you start? How did you find Allegion?
I first heard of Allegion through my sister. I was going through hard times and thought I'd apply for a job. I love working with my hands, and after finding out that I can do just that, I went in and gave it my all. To me, it's like opening a box of surprises. There are so many different things that you can do in manufacturing. One day I'm learning how to do polish. The next thing I'm learning how to do coatings. So it's amazing at the opportunities that I have been learned and been granted.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing that with us. I do think that's one of the misperceptions about working in manufacturing is that you do the same thing over and over, and there's not very many opportunities to learn, when in fact, I know in our plants, there are a variety of jobs, and we have people putting things together, we have people running machines, we have other jobs that people may not think about, like robot operators and material schedulers, customer service, and an enterprise excellence group even. So Janelle, I wanted to ask you, can you tell us about your role at Allegion, because I think it may be pretty unique, and how your role is critical to our manufacturing operations.
Yeah, so my role is pretty unique. Every 6 months, I get to go to a new plant and help support a different business need. So this means that I get to, as you say, like try out different career paths in manufacturing. So each rotation will allow me to make an impact that leads to the success of the overall business. So for example, my current role includes me supporting a large project that we have here. So I get to be on site and plan out a lot of the on-site details that go into that project. So without proper execution and planning of the details, the project could fail, thus causing a domino effect across other parts of the business. So therefore, it is very critical that I'm here to ensure that the project is successful. And even though I only have a part in the overall project, it's still an extremely critical role to make sure that it's done right.
I love that. Thank you so much for sharing. And can I ask, sorry, Janelle, where you've been, what Allegion locations you've been to then as a part of that role, or where you're moving next?
So this is actually my first rotation. I did intern with the company last year, and I was helping out with the quality team in Carmel. So I've been in Carmel, and then I had been in Olathe.
Thanks for sharing that. I also wanted to check in with Jeannie. So Jeannie, my question for you is, what materials or technology would people be surprised to learn that you work with?
I work with 3 robotic arms. They feed the cylinders into like the baller, so different machines, and then put it back in a saddle, and then it comes over to us for us to assemble. But I like it because it's fun. It's a fast pace. You can kind of race with the robots. I like the fast pace.
Did you expect having a career in manufacturing that you'd be working with robotics?
No, I did not. I tell my grandkids all about it. You know, they tell me about their robots and stuff, and I tell them, well, I have 3 special ones, you know, high tech ones. So they're like dinosaurs, which they like, but I love it.
Yeah, I love to hear that too. I think that's another thing that a lot of people don't think about when they think about manufacturing today, just how much technology is involved and how many technological advancements have been made, especially recently. And I know there's a lot of investment going into our Princeton facility right now with that too. So I think that's really cool you're a part of that. And something else that people are surprised to learn about Allegion is that we will pay for tuition reimbursement. So we pay up to $8,000 a calendar year for employees to go back to school if they want to. So that's my next question. I wanted to ask, are any of you currently using or have you used this tuition reimbursement benefit? And if so, how has this benefit helped you in pursuing your own professional goals? How will it impact your long-term career in manufacturing? And Jamel, I think maybe you're one of those employees who has used it.
I am currently taking advantage of the tuition reimbursement. Right now, I'm attending Indiana Wesleyan University in Blue Ash, Ohio. The biggest thing about what I got out of the tuition reimbursement and going back to college is building a lot of confidence in myself. I'm going to school for business, and I get to understand the different view of the business. Also, I won't have a big bill after graduation. Currently, I received my associates, and in May I will get my bachelor's degree for business. So it's been a great experience, and I got a team of 32 people, and 3 of us are currently taking advantage of this program. So it's a great program to get into.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. And I think, Carla, I'd heard that you had either taken part in the tuition reimbursement program before or are currently. So do you have any shared experiences there?
Yes, I'm actually, I actually graduated from Colorado Technical University with my bachelor's degree in business management. It was a very exciting point in my life because I chose business management because you get to learn a little bit of every area. You get to learn a little bit of everything that you would utilize in this type of atmosphere. I think it's going to open the doors to learning new things. Specifically, I started college not exactly knowing what degree to choose. And within that same year that I started college, I got a team lead position on one of our lock assembly lines. And I realized I really enjoy working with people. And I wanted to go ahead and pursue my degree where I can continue working with people and helping them develop as well. So I definitely encourage people to take advantage of our tuition reimbursement program. It does definitely open doors. My current position that in order management requires a degree. So it gave me the qualifications just to apply for the position. And I do think that it has a positive impact and will lead to other opportunities within the company.
Awesome. Well, I think you're right about that. I know I've seen lots of individuals at our manufacturing facilities or met lots of individuals who have taken advantage of it and have definitely seen a lot of career growth. So it's really exciting. Thank you both for sharing about that. I also wanted to ask a few of you, and Jeannie, I might start with you on this one. What about working at Allegion makes you the proudest?
The knowledge and the quality of our product, and knowing people that are using this in their businesses.
Very cool. Jamel, what about you?
I would say the thing that makes me the most proudest is just the environment. We like a family in here, salary and hourly. We have a great time at work. We all get along. The mentorship program, like I said, I am attending college right now, but I dropped out of school in the 9th grade. And if it wasn't for this type of environment, people wanting to see you succeed and help you out, I would not have went back to college. I had my boss actually came to me and told me that I had good qualities and I probably would be good in a supervisor role. And I had a lot of fears about going into this position, but he sat me down and we went over a bunch of my fears and weaknesses, and we developed a plan to attack this. And I stuck to the goal and I did it. And that's the main thing that I'm proud about with working with Allegion, just the family environment.
I love that. And I think you have a lot to be proud of in what you just shared with us. So that's really cool. Carla, I'd ask you the same question. What are you proudest about working here at Allegion?
Actually, interesting enough, I dropped out of school in the 9th grade. When I started working at Allegion, I was 18 years old. When I was 21, I decided, you know what, I really missed out on my education. I really want to go back to school. I got my GED, and that same year that I completed my GED, I started college. And I think just being in this atmosphere and, like Jamal said, having support around you, having those supervisors help guide you and motivate you was a big thing. And it made me feel good about myself that even though I had dropped out of school, I went back and I started something that was going to help me advance. I think working with people is the biggest advantage for me, because I'm a people person, but I like getting to know a variety of personalities. Everybody's different. You got to kind of learn to understand different people. Everybody learns differently. Everybody trains differently. And there's so many different cultures within this company. I think that's the one thing that makes me most proud is being able to connect with different cultures and different personalities that come from different backgrounds. So that's what makes me proud.
I love it. And I want to bring Janelle back on too, just to ask, Janelle, if there was one piece of advice that you would have for someone who's getting ready to enter the manufacturing industry, what would that be?
So I would say to explore all of the options in the manufacturing industry. So, really meaning learn about all the different parts that you can, understand your strengths, things that you like, and how you can utilize them to be successful within manufacturing. So here at Allegion, we have a fantastic, diverse manufacturing team. And, we have people who are highly skilled at digging deep into 20,000 lines of data to people who have strong creative mindsets and can create insane, innovative ideas, all to people who thrive at leading and serving others and helping people and being hands-on with problem solving. So there's just so many different kinds of opportunities. As everyone here, we all have different, roles within manufacturing. So it really is a place to get along and to, try out different things within manufacturing.
Awesome. And Sherry, if I asked you that same question, what would your one piece of advice be for someone like the students who are listening, if they're wanting to enter the manufacturing industry?
Whatever job you choose or career you choose, always do your very best, because developing a good work ethics is very beneficial for you and your employer.
I love that too, and it reminds me a lot of our values here at Allegion and across all of our brands. Have a passion for excellence. Sherry, I think it's a lot of what you just mentioned with good work ethic, being excited about what you do. And Mylisha, I wanted to ask you too, if you had one piece of advice for someone who was wanting to enter the manufacturing field, what would you say to them? What would that be?
I think to sum it all up, I'll have to say to be patient. Off of what Carla was saying, even with people, even with the manufacturing industry, everything changes. People come and go, devices come and go and change. So I have to say to be patient.
I like that too, and I think what you just mentioned with devices coming and going, there's just so much change from an innovation perspective too. that to everyone's point who's been talking about learning and growth, there's just always opportunity for that, opportunity for patience and taking the time to learn new things, and just really invest in your career by doing that. So the last thing then, and I want everybody to take a turn answering here, is I just want you each to summarize, if you could describe today's manufacturing careers or your own manufacturing career in just one word or one phrase. And I know that's probably really hard to do, but what would that one word or that one phrase be? And I'm gonna toss this to Janelle first.
Thank you. So I would say creativity, being creative. And, you know, many people wouldn't think necessarily manufacturing and immediately think creativity, but when problems arise or when things change, being able to think creatively is a huge benefit. That's something that I've been definitely using in my role here to just think outside the box, solve new problems. So definitely creativity.
I love it. And Jeannie, how about you? What would your one word or phrase be and why?
Okay, I would say appreciation, and because it is like a family environment, when everybody appreciates each other, when we work together, the training, the knowledge, I love it. I love working with the people. I like knowing that I can grow and other people can grow also.
I love that. And thanks for taking the time today too to do this panel. You've shared a lot of amazing insights with us, so thank you. Okay, how about Alicia? What would your one word or phrase be?
I will have to say keep climbing. No matter where you go, what position you take, it's always going to be a mountain that you're going to have to get over just to reach the top. So keep climbing.
And Sherry, what would you say? What's your one word or phrase?
I would say motivating, because we have all these people here that are over us, and they always encourage us to do our very best and strive to advance yourself or help the company in any way that we possibly can, that would to better our jobs or better somebody else's job or the industry itself.
Motivating, I like that a lot. Carla, how about you? What would you say, Carla?
I would say being open-minded and being brave. To me, I feel like I developed the skills of being open-minded, you know, being open to different people's opinions, trying out new things, and being brave, you know, being brave enough to be on a live video, being brave enough to apply for a position that you have to interview, being brave enough to learn new things. That's what I have learned here working with Allegion.
Awesome. And Jamel, you get to close us out on this one. What would your one word or phrase be? And no pressure.
All right, no problem. Originally, I wanted to say think outside the box, but Janelle said that already. So I'm gonna just go with enjoy yourself when you come into this building. Get to know the person to the left of you, get to know the person to the right of you, because you're gonna be spending a lot of time with them. And if you can enjoy yourself here at work while putting out a quality product on time, it even make you feel good about yourself when you come to work. So enjoy your time when you're here. That's all.
I think that's actually perfect. That Janelle stole your answer, because you just shared another one of our Allegion values, which is celebrate who you are and enjoy what you do. And I think we all do a pretty good job of doing that here at Allegion. So I just want to celebrate you guys right now and say thank you so much for sharing these incredible insights with the students who are listening today. Really appreciate all of you and appreciate all the work that you've been doing as a part of an essential manufacturing industry right now. So thank you for your time.
The team members you just heard from truly showcase the broad variety of experiences available in our field. Now, I have the honor of introducing you to yet another Allegion team member who has many valuable experiences in manufacturing. In fact, this individual got his start as a first-line supervisor on the manufacturing floor, and today he is Allegion's first and only CEO. I could share a lot about Dave's leadership and his career achievements, but I know he's here today because he wants to share his own real-life story about the value of and opportunities within manufacturing. Dave, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Nick. Good to see you virtually. I also want to put a big welcome out to Manufacturing Day 2020, or really Manufacturing Month 2020, as nationwide manufacturing are opening their doors to young people that are considering opportunities as their lives go forward in manufacturing. Specifically to the Cincinnati area, Blue Ash, southwestern Ohio, welcome. And the teams from Chino, California, we're glad to have you virtually with us to learn a little bit about Allegion. Think about your life at 17, 18 years old. I have been a part of manufacturing twice as long as you've been alive. So I'm in my 39th year of manufacturing. It's been quite a story. I share many of the commonalities of the people that you heard from: Tamara, Jamel, Carla, Sherry. If you go back, to my childhood, growing up in Council Bluffs, Iowa, the heart of the Midwest, it's right at Omaha, Nebraska. I grew up in a single family home. My father died when I was 5. There were 6 kids. And my mom would say to me, you better study hard, or you may end up in a factory somewhere. I want to challenge my mother and challenge you that inside the factories of North America are some of the best paying jobs and some of the best paying experience and personal development opportunities that you can consider in your young life. For me, work was always a big part of growing up, because if I needed something, a pair of shoes, a pair of pants, my mom was not able to provide it to me, but work experience, the use of tools, working with my large family in sports helped shape me in my junior and high school years, especially the use of tools. As I graduated from Abraham Lincoln High School in 1976, that probably sounds like ancient history to many of you. I went to work in an electrical wholesale house and effectively did manual things. An electrical wholesale house would be a supplier to industry, the building trades. As I wrapped up that summer, I was going to move on to a junior college. It was called Iowa Western Community College, to play basketball. And the owner, maybe because of my work ethic and knowledge of tools, said, you can work here anytime you want. That unleashed just tremendous potential for me. Over the next 2.5 years, I worked in the electrical supply house. I went to school, I played basketball. Those 3 things did a couple things. It allowed me to prove myself as a college student, even at the junior college level. I learned a lot about the components of the electrical industry. I was a very below average basketball player, but the 3 things kept me going, kept me out of trouble. And there was plenty of trouble for a young man like me to get into, but the 3 things kept me moving forward. When I completed Iowa Western, I moved on to the University of Northern Iowa and chose a path called industrial management. This would have been in the late 70s, early 80s. I graduated from the University of Northern Iowa in 1981 and with a degree in industrial management. Economically, it was a very difficult time in the United States. There was 11, 12% unemployment. The economy kind of looks like it was now. I was able to secure a job, one of the few in my graduating class that did so, with a company called Square D Company. Square D, if you go down in the basement of your home or on the outside and look at the electrical panel, it's very likely it's Square D. On June 5th, 1981, I joined Square D Company as a first-line supervisor, and people like Jamie, Janelle, Tamara, Carla, took me under their wings and helped me learn manufacturing. And clearly it was a road less traveled, but for me, it opened up a wealth of learning opportunities on the factory floor from a first line supervisor. I started there in Lincoln, Nebraska as a first line supervisor in 1981 and had many jobs within that factory. But that step took me around the world 7 times. I've been in 49 countries. 49 states and 52 countries. It's opened up a world of opportunity and learning to my family. And I'd reemphasize some of the messages from my team here at Allegion is it's the relationship, the learning, the ability to be able to grow and develop that has made my life exciting. And literally from the factory floor to the president and CEO of then Square D, then on to another company called Quantex, and today the opportunity to lead Allegion is exceeded any opportunities I could imagine. When you walk inside a manufacturing plant, the learning opportunities and growth opportunities are incredible. Not only from an operations standpoint do you learn complex manufacturing processes, but you can branch into trades, which could be electrical, machinist, pipe fitting, in terms of our internal development programs. But all those, so there's specialty areas and materials, you know, how materials are used, logistics, not only within the plant, but how we get our products to the markets and customers in need, HR practices, environmental health and safety. At Square D, starting in 1981, I learned the importance of health and safety. And as you look at Allegion or consider manufacturing, maybe ask, how do you treat your people? What's your safety record? I couldn't be prouder of the 11,000 employees at Allegion, as we're one of the safest and healthiest, never been more important than from the COVID, one of the safest, healthiest workforces in the world. So, you know, many disciplines, including engineering, supervision, management, that you're all exposed to walking through the factory floor of Allegion. I'd also say, as you look at your opportunities, you heard many of the stories today. Allegion has helped me grow. I've been able to learn the different disciplines, but Allegion and Square D, good manufacturers are willing to invest in you. The importance of investing in you, learning and developing. I couldn't be prouder to know that members of our team have gone on to get associates and 4-year degrees with our tuition reimbursement program. I too took advantage of that. I paid for my first 4 years of school out of my own pocket, but I am the first member of my family to have a graduate degree. I have an MBA from Pepperdine University in Malibu, California, that was paid for by my company. The opportunities are really limitless if you pick up on some of the characters, values that our teams think about or talk about. One is you're going to work hard. You're not only your physical body, but your mental body. You will be challenged both mentally and physically. And if you're willing to call up to that, great opportunities will happen. You will be exposed to a wide variety of people. Nick at Blue Ash has 500 or 600 employees there. In Chino, there's 100. If you walked into our Indianapolis operations, you know, 700-800 employees, you're exposed to a wide variety of interesting people, interesting personalities, and the ability to work, you know, with others makes, and the challenge of manufacturing makes every day exciting, makes every day different. And I can honestly tell you, in my 40 years, I've never walked into the same situation. I've never been bored. I have never looked at the clock and say where I'm at today. It's an exciting venue and opportunity. And then you put on the other things that are enriching, the growth, the travel, the discovery. I couldn't be more proud of the opportunities within manufacturing and the importance to our nation. When you think about the unavailability of respirators because of COVID-19, or N95 mask, or the pressures on the supply chain, the world in the next few decades will rethink what is the importance of manufacturing to our national success, not only here in the US, but in Europe and in China. Manufacturing is a critical part of the American economy and any country's economy. It has created the wealth that sometimes we take for granted, but I think as we move forward as a nation and think about the opportunities that are ahead of us from a manufacturing standpoint, they're exciting and they'll never be better. I think also the ability to develop yourself in terms of experiences inside the factory, tuition reimbursement programs will help you and guide your life. So I want to again welcome you. I say really observe the opportunities that are out there as a young person. Don't think that you have to take the path that says, oh, I got to go into college. You've heard many here say today how exciting the path has been. I hope you reflect a little bit on my path: work, education, sports. Manufacturing has been the greatest experience of my life, and if you consider it, it will be too. So with that, I'll turn it back over.
Thank you so much, Dave, for sharing your manufacturing journey with us and with the students today. We are going to open it up to questions now. We want to give everyone who's tuned in live with us here the opportunity to ask questions of our great leaders like Dave and like Nick and like Tamara and Mike. So one question that I know we get asked often, and Nick, I'll throw this one to you if that's okay, is what can pay look like in a manufacturing career?
Sure, and thank you, Whitney. It's a great question, and I'm going to give you some examples of what it looks like here at Blue Ash. So our employees, when we think about pay, we really think about three pieces of this. The first part being the actual rate of pay that employees come in that they're going to see on a paycheck. And our goal here in Blue Ash is to make sure we're extremely competitive. We want to attract top talent. When our employees come on and they roll on with us as a full-time employee, it's not uncommon for them to be at an average of about just under $17 an hour. As employees, progress and advance, again, not uncommon within their first year or two to be making upwards of $18, $19, $20 an hour as they show skills, work, and we help train them on new experiences. But really what I want to remind you of is that's just one piece of it. Our second piece when we think about it is we want to make sure we take care of you in terms of your health, and you heard Dave stress that importance. So our benefits that we offer as Allegion are fantastic benefits, and both along the medical side, the insurance side, and you name it.
More speaking.
The third piece, when I think about it, is really on that helping you out in the long run. We want you to think about your retirement and your future. So we offer things like 401k matching. You heard lots of employees talk about tuition reimbursement. We want to give you all those opportunities to succeed. So overall, when I think of the compensation package that Allegion starts out with and manufacturing as a whole, there is great opportunities. Thank you, Whitney.
Thank you so much, Nick. And another question we have that I wanted to share, and actually if we could get all of you to answer, maybe starting with Dave. I know you shared a little bit of insight into this in your commentary, but if you were giving just one piece of advice to students today or someone who's looking to join a career in the manufacturing industry, what would that most important piece of advice be?
So one piece of advice I would give is understand the profitability of the business that you're going to join. Is this business making money? It's important. There's good businesses and bad businesses, and that may be a little bit hard at 18 years old, maybe to open up. But there's a world of information out there through online search engines like Google. understand who you're going to work with. Are they strong? Are they growing? Do they provide good benefit packages? When I was about 12 years old, I had an uncle that worked for the railroad. And he said, and think about this, this was, probably 45 years ago. He said, if the railroad is paying me $6 an hour, it better be making $7. The profitability and strength of the companies that you choose will cascade into good growth opportunities. The ability to invest and develop you good tools within inside their business. So make sure you do good due diligence as you consider opportunities to invest your time and energy.
Thank you, Dave. Nick, what would your one piece of advice be?
Sure. And I would, think about it after you go through that great decision-making process that Dave talked about in terms of picking the right company. After that, I would say, my piece of advice is don't hesitate. Get engaged, ask questions, figure out how to grow within that company. We have a strong value and strong set of values with Allegion, and one of our values is be empowered, be accountable. And when I think about that, and I talk to new hires every week, I talk about the fact that they are empowered to set what their career looks like. They're empowered to make the right decisions, to get involved. You're accountable for that. You have to go out and really choose what you're going to do with your future. Don't wait for someone to bring it to you. Thank you, Whitney.
Thanks, Nick and Tamara. Before we share our next set of special remarks, I know you're in human resources for our Steelcraft Operations. So what would your one piece of advice be for students who are looking to join or pursue a manufacturing career?
So my response probably won't be much different than Nick and Dave's. I agree with Dave. For people interested in coming into Allegion for manufacturing, research the company that you're interested in working for, because during the interview process, we evaluate during the interview if we feel that you're a good fit for our organization. So you should do the same to determine if you are a fit, if you feel the organization is a fit for you. As Nick talked about, coming into Allegion, own your development as much as it's our responsibility as a company and as leaders of Allegion to develop you and guide you to the next step. It's also your responsibility. Know the direction you want to go. Take the opportunities that are presented to you. Build relationships, as Jamel said, one of our employees said on their time. Build the relationships with the person that works to the left and to the right of you. You'll spend more time with them than you do with your own family as you're working 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. Those relationships will be important to make you successful and to make the business successful.
Thank you, Tamara. And I don't see any more questions here, so we are going to go ahead and introduce our next set of special remarks. Just as you all heard from some of our elected officials in the state of California earlier, we now want to share with you some special remarks from a few of our elected officials from the great state of Ohio as well.
Hello, Congressman Brad Wenstrup here. I have to say it's an honor to speak to you, even virtually, on this manufacturing day. Over the last few months, as our nation has faced unprecedented challenges, manufacturing has become even more valuable than it already was before, especially in Ohio. Manufacturing is one of the largest industries in our great state, and this industry has been instrumental in the development of personal protective equipment for those on the front lines of this pandemic. Other critical medical supplies, resources for medical facilities, and much, much more have come out of manufacturing. I know Allegion's Steelcraft Operations built steel doors for COVID-19 testing facilities. In many cases, your work has played a role in helping save lives, without a doubt. These jobs are essential. All jobs are essential, especially to the worker and to their family. Through these challenging times, manufacturing remains essential for our country's economic growth And we've seen this industry grow over the last few years. Opportunities to get into trade fields are expanding. More and more high schools are offering credit for technical training, encouraging exposure to these viable, in-demand fields. A four-year university degree is not for everyone. We know that. And we must remove the stigma against career and technical education. Expansion of trade careers gives Ohioans more opportunity for young people to enter the workforce. Leading manufacturers across the country, including Allegion, are joining a nationwide effort to inspire the next generation of hardworking, successful workers. That can be you. We have heavily relied on manufacturing to support our nation over the last few months, and I know that future manufacturers will continue to help build, move, and ultimately shape our future. It's a matter of our national security. Thanks for all you do. Happy Manufacturing Day.
I'm Sherrod Brown. It's a privilege to serve as your United States Senator. On National Manufacturing Day, we celebrate one of Ohio's most important job creators, most important industries, the innovation and skill of manufacturing workers in Ohio. Sometimes people hear the word manufacturing, they think dirty, dusty old jobs. Too often people from around the country refer to our region of the country as the Rust Belt. I reject that term. It demeans our workers, it devalues our work, and they clearly don't understand what we do in Ohio. It's simply not true. Our factories and engineering facilities and construction sites are not rusty. They're innovative, they're high tech. They'll employ thousands of Ohioans in the years ahead, including many of you. Today, there are more opportunities than ever, whether it's using a 3D printer to create devices used by doctors or mastering new manufacturing techniques to make engines that power jets, or using the latest materials to build skyscrapers and bridges. You can be an engineer, you can be a chemist, you can work construction, you can do a whole lot of different jobs in manufacturing. At a time when hard work isn't paying off for Americans the way it should for so many, there can be good jobs where you can build a career. And as your senator, I'll keep working to get more Ohioans into good paying jobs where your work is valued, because when you love this country, you fight for the people who make it work. That's you and that's your future. You can count on that. I can't wait to see how far as students, once you finish, how far you'll go and how proud you'll make your family, your friends, and the state of Ohio. Thanks so much and good luck.
Hi, I'm U.S. Senator Rob Portman. I want to welcome all the students participating in Allegion's Steelcraft's virtual 2020 Manufacturing Day. I wish we could all be together in person, but I'm with you in spirit. Thanks to Allegion for hosting this great annual event and for inviting me to speak with you a little today about the importance of manufacturing. I'm glad you all have had the opportunity to hear from Allegion's team of experts who will be sharing with you some of the important work they do and the benefits of a career in manufacturing. I hope you enjoy exploring the endless career possibilities in today's manufacturing sector, because there's a lot. Manufacturing is one of the engines that drives America's economy. Nothing's more important when you think about it. Still, by the way, we have the greatest manufacturing economy in the world. Our home state of Ohio is home to the third largest manufacturing industry in the country, behind big states, California and Texas. We're known as manufacturers in Ohio. And the men and women who are working on the shop floor at our factories produce some of the best products in the world, from the Goodyear tires on our cars to the GE aviation engines that propel our commercial aircraft through the sky and our military aircraft. And of course, we're proud to be the home of Allegion Steelcraft, which makes the high quality steel doors and frames out there. Ohio builds these products with pride, and it shows. Before the coronavirus pandemic changed the way many of us work, I heard from manufacturers across the state about how they needed more workers to come work for them. During this pandemic, we've seen domestic manufacturers step up and play a really important role in producing the personal protective gear and other essentials to help us get through this crisis. Even now, as our economy is beginning to reopen, I've heard from manufacturing businesses that they want to get back to hiring more workers. By entering this field, you are making a great investment in your future. I'm working in Washington to help. One way is through bipartisan legislation called the Jobs Act I've introduced that helps students like you get the skills training you need to fill these manufacturing jobs and be able to have the government help you support it, to pay for it. We've got a lot of great work job training programs in Ohio, but students need some help sometimes getting access to them. My legislation expands what's called the Pell Grant eligibility to help students get the job training they need. It's a common sense proposal that has the support of the Trump administration and congressional leaders on both sides of the aisle. I'm hoping we can get it passed soon. I want to thank you all for your interest in this critical field, manufacturing, and I encourage you to give it your all as you pursue your dreams. Best of luck to you. Hope to see you on a shop floor soon.
Hello, I'm Ohio Governor Mike DeWine. Ohio has a proud tradition as a manufacturing leader. For generations, the Made in Ohio stamp has stood for quality and excellence. Today, Ohio manufacturing is responsible for about 17% of Ohio's gross domestic product and contributes to the quality of life in our state by providing about 700,000 jobs for Ohio workers and an annual payroll of $43 billion. According to the most recent figures by the Ohio Manufacturers Association, our state exports about $53 billion in products a year to 211 countries and territories. And even with all this activity, Ohio manufacturers are working to provide a safer environment through decreased emissions and increased recycling. We're proud of our manufacturers. Usually to celebrate them, the Lieutenant Governor and I recognize Manufacturing Day on the first Friday in October. And we do this by visiting companies and learning more about their amazing work and their outstanding products. This year, however, concerns about COVID-19 have prevented our usual celebration and our usual tours. We would like, though, to express our gratitude and admiration to our manufacturers for everything they have done to meet the needs of Ohioans during this pandemic. Last year on Manufacturing Day, I had the pleasure of touring Juergens Inc. in Cleveland, which has been making tooling products for other American manufacturers since 1941. I was not surprised that when the pandemic hit, Juergens stepped up to help when the company received an urgent request for respirator parts and tools. They reacted immediately. They adjusted their process in order to fulfill the orders quickly and efficiently, all the while providing for the health and safety of their own workers. This strong commitment to our state and nation has played out again and again during this crisis. So many of our great manufacturers have looked for ways to help, have volunteered time and resources, and have provided for their employees and also have made us so very, very proud. When we put out a statewide call for help supplying personal protective equipment for our healthcare workers earlier this year, the Ohio Manufacturers Association, along with the Ohio Hospital Association, the Ohio Developmental Services Agency, the Ohio Department of Administrative Services, and Jobs Ohio, all formed the Ohio Manufacturing Alliance to fight COVID-19. The group immediately got to work, coordinating with manufacturers throughout the state to produce the needed PPE. We also saw manufacturers make temporary shifts in production to make PPE, while others made the new production part of their business model. The Alliance continues to connect our manufacturing community to the resources it needs and other businesses so that they can supply more PPE. Since April, the state of Ohio has purchased more than 1 million cotton masks, more than 1 million face shields, and more than 500,000 gowns produced by the Ohio Manufacturing Alliance and its partners right here in Ohio. So on this special day, I'd like to thank our Ohio manufacturers for their dedication and for the vital work they do all year long to keep Ohio strong. Thank you so very much.
Wow, what an exciting journey in just 90 minutes. Well, we have now reached the end of our virtual event. Manufacturing Day is made to inspire the generation of manufacturers. I hope that you were not only inspired, but engaged to continue interest in the opportunities within the manufacturing industry. During our event, we highlighted how essential manufacturing is in today's industry. We are thankful to partner with your education facilities that have STEM and technical programs that develop the skill sets needed in manufacturing, which creates an ever-growing pipeline for Steelcraft. By seeing and hearing from many of our employees today, including our CEO, I hope you see Allegion Steelcraft locations as not just a job, but an employer who cares about their employees and offers incredible opportunities for growth and development in many different roles and positions, benefits such as medical plans, continuing education assistance, and a 401k plan with the company matching to help in preparing for your future. As you see on the slide, we are looking for you. So if you are at least 18 years of age and are looking for a career in manufacturing, or you know someone interested, please visit our career site via the link on the slide. I would like to thank all the government officials for taking time to share their thoughts in support of Manufacturing Day. And I would like to also thank each of you for joining our virtual event. Thank you and goodbye.